Well, testing your African football knowledge is something that we truly love on the show. It is primary because we love engaging, we love entertainment, and yes, you guessed it, we're very mindful. So the trivia question for this week, we want to know, which was the first team from South Africa to qualify for the CAF Women's Champions League? Be sure to send through all your answers on social media. Use the hashtag, the only one that matters. It's hashtag Fut-Afrique. Let's dive into the conversations because that's exactly what we're here for. And I never do it alone. This week, though, got Brian Mofokeng back into the hot seat. Nigeria changed their head coach and I decided to make a super sub. How are you?
I don't think Ade would like that at all. Eh?
That's actually a jab.
Is it a finish thing?
It wasn't deliberate. How are you?
I'm all good, too. Can't complain. I always laugh. I mean, when you said, no, I'm recalling you. So I was like, okay, I'll come through.
Yeah,
you can't recall, you need to honor.
Well, there you go.
Can't complain.
There you go. We're going to talk about a competition that was founded in the year 1972. Approximately 52 years later, believe it or not, it's a competition that has dominated and has been, the most decorated team in the competition is Kaizer Chiefs. I understand my 2000. We don't understand how this is true, but they are the leading winners of this competition. You're wondering what competition this is? It's the MTN 8. We're down to the semi-finals and we're so close to going for glory for the last 4 teams. Orlando Pirates, the reigning champions, are hoping that they can do it again. They're hoping they'll make it back to back.
It is indeed. I mean, when you talk about the MTN 8, Kaizer Chiefs are number 1 and Pirates is second. Now, Pirates is closing that gap. If you look at all the competition, Pirates are slowly trickling in. I mean, NetBank Cup.
They're like, 12?
They're now 12. They're going for 13. I mean, if you look at NetBank Cup, they're already closing things in. So I have to say, I was very excited to see how it was going to pan out. Given the fact that Pirates and Stellenbosch Football Club were playing in the CAF competitions to see how they want to come back and play.
Are they going to be tired?
Yeah, Sundowns and Cape Town City, we're all sitting back waiting for them. But always going to be drama. You know, we know that Pirates are supposed to play on the 27th on a Tuesday. Inclement weather in Cape Town.
Mother Nature said no.
Not today. Had to move to Wednesday. Wednesday night, I was excited. I mean, I watched the game and there's always one player that always has the nerve of breaking people's hearts.
That is Mofokeng.
That's Mofokeng.
Because President Emma 2000.
You know, then there's another one who's also President Emma 2000. But Mr. Jaden Rhodes. Sundowns and Sharp or whatever. When he was playing there in that game. So, it all ended 1-1, the final score there. And what I love about it is that the Pirates scored an away goal. But the fact that Cape Town City looked slightly better and they took Pirates all the way to the end.
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the fact that Cape Town City looked so much better, especially in the second half. Tell me about Eric Tinkler, because I believe that this is a man who actually, there's something that he does, and the coaches of the bigger teams actually know him.
You know, there's something that I love about him. He's your player's coach. He's a manager. So he's able to get the best out of players. I mean, if you look at the signings they made, Cape Town City, I was looking at the starting 11, I was saying to myself, you know what, they just brought in, that is Petrus. Petrus signed last season, the Namibian player. But they brought in a player that I watched, Itu, and I had a privilege and honor.
Welcome back.
Of watching him, it was in 2018 when I saw this young man.
Where did you see him?
Chueza.
Where did you see him?
He was playing for the under
I'm thinking you're talking
17.
about the return of the Mag.
No, we'll go there.
Okay.
I'm just saying that when I saw him play the first time around, he was playing for the under 17 of Namibia in that particular year. And then he was one where everybody said, this is the best player we have going forward. And when he got signed by Cape Town City, I said, they've just signed a gem. I was telling people when Namibia was playing in the AFCON to say they've just signed a good player. And I saw him and I was like, this is what you want to see from a player. Makaringe making unbelievable return.
Well, obviously, he's playing against his former team.
And that was something else. For me, it was like, this is what Makaringe to deliver and bring in a team. Hashim Domingo also, slot him beautifully into the squad. And then Mukocho. He's something else.
Then the central defense.
It's just
what do we call him?
He's a central holding midfielder.
There we go.
So he plays the role so beautifully. So I remember his story from being a young lad, Ordinals Reyes, to join SuperSport as a 16-year-old, to go overseas, to come back in South Africa. Skukuni's loss is Cape Town City's huge gain.
Yeah. Well, Cape Town City looking really, really good, right? Especially in that second half. Kudos to Eric Tinkler. Do they have what it takes to turn things around in the next leg? Because the fact that Pirates scored makes it a bit trickier for them.
It is indeed trickier for them, but also what I love about this is that it's more balanced. You know, Cape Town City must come to Joburg and do the pot.
Yeah.
They must come to Joburg and really prove their worth in Joburg. Orlando Pirates are proving to be very dominant.
They look good on paper.
Yeah, on paper they look very good.
Oh, just finally, before we go to the break, I don't really want to talk about Mamelodi Sundowns because we talk about them a lot because of Champions League. Just let me know, what's the difference between Manqoba Mngqithi football and the Rulani Mokwena football? Because when you ask me, it looks like they're not trying to, they'll do like 50 passes until they get there. Now it looks like they're being a bit more quicker. They're using the longer balls. I could be wrong. Explain to me.
It is different.
Less possession.
If you look at the way they play, Mngqomngqithi's way of playing football is slightly different to Rulani's way. Because Rulani believes in possession football, but also he believes that the build-up must start from here and must go the back and must build up properly when you go forward. Mngqomngqithi wants a different dimension. Remember, they've got 3 coaches on the bench now.
Yes.
Mngqomngqithi, Steve Compelle, as well as Roman Falls.
Yeah.
So it is going to take time for the players to adapt to the new system. Yeah. That's where the problem is for Sundowns.
Okay. Mamelodi Sundowns, they don't do that well in cup competitions anyway, but let's see how far they can go. It was a day and a night for the goalkeepers, so we salute them, and as South Africans, we're really happy. Make sure you go nowhere. When we come back, we continue the conversations.